The Pinnacle of Divine Creation, a discourse by Neville Goddard, given on September 20, 1968. Have you ever pondered that critical moment that seemingly separated mankind from God? Is such a separation real? It seems an act of rebellion was the catalyst, yet beneath it all, a deeper mechanism was in play. The scriptures imply that God allowed this rebellion as a means to show mercy. This introduces an intriguing idea: the fall was designed to elevate our existence. Remarkably, we are considered gods and children of the highest, yet we grapple with the reality of mortality. What does this mean for us? Join us on a journey to unlock this ancient mystery, uncovering the true essence of our existence and destiny. Before we go further, I encourage you to watch this video to the end to capture every essential insight. If this message resonates with you and you're keen on delving deeper, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for updates on future discussions. Let's dive in. The scriptures reveal that an initial act of defiance led to humanity's fall, creating a divide between man and God. However, it's stated that God subjected all to disobedience to show mercy to everyone. This suggests that the fall was a deliberate act, setting the stage for our growth into a higher state of being and a rebirth. Psalm 82 presents the mystery with its profound yet elusive message. It declares, "I said, you are gods, all of you are children of the Most High. But you will die like mere mortals, you will fall like every other ruler." This message is universal, applying to every human being, regardless of race or nationality. I tell you now, you are gods, all children of the Most High. When these words were first spoken, we were not yet human, otherwise, the prophecy of our death would not make sense. As humans, mortality is inevitable. So, what does this declaration mean? Initially identified as divine offspring, we were foretold of a greater plan: you shall die like mortals. This outlines a journey of growth and rebirth. But what was our state before this fall? Our original state is indescribable, but let's turn to the scriptures, inviting your imagination while advising caution against concrete conclusions. The fall is metaphorically associated with the serpent, described as God's wisest creation. Speaking to humanity in a female form, the serpent asked, "Did God really say you would die if you ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil?" The affirmative response was challenged by the serpent, revealing, "God knows that your eyes will be opened, making you like gods, knowing good and evil." Genesis 3. Thus, the serpent became man. Isaiah refers to this serpent as a seraphim, describing a vision of God surrounded by seraphim. In Hebrew, seraphim refers to a luminous, celestial being, a fiery serpent, a noble prince. A friend, Martha, passed away on July 19. After her passing, a close friend had a vision where Martha, beloved by us, was seen inside an inverted heart-shaped cage, divided into two sections. Martha was in one, and a radiant serpent in the other, marked by colorful rings. Martha asked, "When will we become one?" Referencing a book her friend read, after 6,000 years, man and serpent will unite. Approaching to count the serpent's rings, she awoke, believing, if Neville has said it, it must be true. God communicates through dreams and visions. This vision signifies the end of a journey. The merging of man and serpent symbolizes a unification into a magnificent, luminous being, as depicted by Isaiah. This divine essence, our true nature, is beyond words. Yet, you are gods, children of the Most High, O princes. A divine being descended into division and rises into unity within the sacred temple of the Lord, where you are also being built up. Resurrection is the ultimate demonstration of God's power, as He awakens His sons who chose to descend into this realm of decay. Reflect on your true self, now forgotten, but inherently divine. This truth was hidden as we took on mortal forms, but our original desire was for growth and rebirth. From fragmentation, we will be restored to a unity surpassing our initial state before the fall. If you are now called a divine offspring, then you are not merely human. You must first experience humanity and die as a human, knowing that your life is yours to give. You chose to wear this human form, eager for the experience. Now, believing yourself to be only human, you have forgotten your inherent power and wisdom. the urge to act is compelling, despite warnings that even a single, purposeful thought could be your undoing. Can you see that the drama unfolding is psychological, not physical? The moment you contemplate an act, it is as good as done, whether you physically perform it or resist the impulse. The act is completed in the mind. You've been told, do not commit adultery, yet I say, anyone who looks at another with desire has already committed the act in their heart. The drama is entirely psychological. It's not enough to resist the action, the thought itself must be avoided. God has led you into disobedience, giving you a body full of desires, and then warned you against harboring purposeful thoughts, lest you perish. There's nothing you, as a human, have done that God condemns, and in His infinite mercy, He will raise you up. Having experienced mortality, a realm of death, you, as a child of the Most High, will enhance God's glory with your human experiences. Before becoming human, you are far greater than any human could ever be. No ancestor can compare to your true self. Though you've forgotten your divine power and wisdom, they await your return, and you will come back with a greater expansion than you could ever dream of before the fall. Humanity, fragmented, is being redeemed, gradually reuniting into the singularity of the one man who descended. This structure is being carefully built as a holy temple of the Lord, in which you are also being incorporated. Dismiss any thought that your fall was a mistake. It was God's own challenge to embrace mortality and conquer death. As you begin to awaken, you will recognize the truth of these words. Your mind will awaken, and you will rise from your skull's sepulchre. It is affirmed, He is declared to be the Son of God with power by the resurrection from the dead. If you examine the scriptures, you'll find that the infant wrapped in swaddling clothes is not the birth, but a sign of the birth. When it's said that Jesus was 12, what does that signify? Not years in a human form, but Jesus Christ, a completely supernatural being, the Son who existed before becoming human. Jesus is the one buried within you, who is actually you. Upon awakening, you will see others, though they won't see you, you will be invisible to them. But you will know yourself as pure energy and wisdom. Thus, resurrection is akin to birth, for at that moment, you are recognized as the Son of God with power, having risen from the dead. A man is reborn through the resurrection of the Son of God, who died to give life to his lesser form, regardless of age. When called, you rise to experience your true birth, the original hope of the singular man who fell. While this may sound deeply spiritual, it speaks to your authentic history. No ancestor of yours is a child of God. You are. You momentarily forgot this truth, but none here can match the stature of the being you truly are. You are the seraphim, the majestic celestial, the fiery, the noble. While the presence of serpents may instill fear, it is important to remember the seraphim that surround the throne of the divine, embodying the pinnacle of creativity. Humanity, after partaking in the knowledge of good and evil, has been granted the freedom to choose, unlike the divine who sees beyond judgments, foreseeing humanity's eventual redemption and return, more glorious than its original state. Do not believe that any act of defiance has irrevocably separated you from the divine. Such separation is simultaneously a misfortune and a victory, a misfortune because it signifies falling into mortality, and a victory because it heralds the ascent to immortality. Mystics view this as a millennia-spanning journey. William Blake, for instance, depicted his own 6,000-year slumber as a serpent, richly adorned, recognizing it as a reflection of himself. How can I describe my enlightenment other than to say upon leaving my physical form, I was greeted not by shadows but by a radiant golden light, the essence of my true self. In this moment, I rose, serpent-like, within myself. Now, with conviction, I declare that upon your divine awakening, you are recognized as a divine offspring, imbued with the power to revitalize the spirit. The dead will listen to the divine offspring's call and rise. Just as life itself is inherent in the divine, so too has this life force been granted to the offspring. John 5. The earthly judge is also the celestial beacon, capable of calling souls back from their eternal rest. No man-made force can achieve this resurrection. It is a divine prerogative that can awaken even those who have slumbered through millennia. Let me share a story about a man named Neville. Born into a large, impoverished family with no notable heritage, my mother possessed an innate wisdom. Should she observe behavior in us she found lacking, she'd say, "You have forgotten you are a Goddard." Without understanding our heritage, this belief instilled by a mother's words led us to elevate the Goddard name to one of respect and influence in Barbados, transforming our family's fortunes to exceed $30 million annually. A simple belief, when nurtured, can transcend its humble beginnings to manifest wealth in this world. Imagine, then, what could be achieved in realms beyond our earthly constraints. Envision the Elohim, those redeemed, taking their place among the divine council. Here, it is proclaimed, "You are gods, sons of the Most High, all of you. Yet like men, you will die, and fall like any prince. You relinquished your glory, wisdom, and strength, donning mortality. After a daunting journey spanning 6 millennia, you will be restored, having gained greater wisdom and strength through your experiences of corruption and death. Thus, never let anyone claim that your errors have permanently distanced you from the divine. Your journey was a conscious choice towards personal evolution and the realization of your divine destiny. Now, we welcome the silence.